But we move on to number 4, Bad Batch, The Devil's Deal. The Empire continues to fuel the formation of their rebellion, this time on the Twi'lek homeworld of Ryloth. The Empire has come to relieve the warriors of Ryloth of their duties. Twi'lek leader Cham Syndulla does his best to reassure his people, but after his daughter Hera and others are caught smuggling in weapons they are given to them by the Batch, by the way. That was the only episode. That was the only appearance they made in this episode. But they are forced to defend themselves. By the end of the episode, Hera and her droid Chopper escape, while the rest of the Twi'leks are taken into the custody of the Empire. It's worth noting that Chopper and Hera are two of the primary protagonists of Star Wars Rebels. So again, here's another setup for, that show. Her along with Ezra Bridger are probably the two most popular characters that have come out of that particular show.
Right.
What did you take away from this episode?
I really liked it. I think maybe it's because we didn't have the Bad Batch as like the main storyline, and we got something new. It wasn't just like go get it, do a mission, whatever. So I thought it was like, and I cared. I know it sounds weird, but it's like I really like cared about the outcome of like this family and everything on what was going on with them, and then the little scene with Omega and Hera, that was cool. Yeah. She's like, oh, you fly by feeling it. And then when they ask Omega, oh, you found a friend? She's like, no, she's weird. I like her.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like one of those episodes that, is, it goes beyond being just an episode during the middle of the season. It was, I think it was like a touching episode. I think it was an episode that's going to build, so much more because we only have a few episodes left now. Right. Now we have like a real, 3. So now we have like a real, like actual something's bad's happened.
Yeah.
And they, the Bad Batch are obviously going to be the people involved to figure this out. But now something is actually at stake that isn't just go fetch me, whatever
fetch
thing.
Quest.
And
yeah,
exactly. It's not a fetch quest. Now it's like, it is a fetch quest, but actual lives are at stake here and not just like, oh, whatever.
Well, mild spoiler, I guess, for episode 12, the title of the episode is Rescue on Ryloth. So I feel like this is where everything's kind of, because Crosshair's involved. Yeah. He shoots down one of the ships. He shoots down the ship that she's on. That's how they get captured, Hera. And I feel like this is now going to begin to be kind of the culmination of this season, series, miniseries, whatever, whatever they decide to make this be. But it's getting to the point now where the chips are kind of down and they're going to start to tie up loose ends, basically. So I think that the next few episodes are going to be special. I think that the other thing, and I mentioned this kind of last week with the environments they took us to, this show does a really good job of making me thinking about Star Wars in ways that I haven't necessarily thought about it before, and get kind of excited, kind of curious, kind of like hopeful for where they may take things in the future. And one of them was the scene between Hera and Omega. And what that was the fact that they've never really explored like what all of these conflicts, whether it be the Separatists and the Clone Army in the prequels, the Empire and the Rebellion in the original trilogy, the First Order and the Resistance in the sequel, Garbage Truck on Fire. They've never really explored what that looks like from the point of view of a child.
Yeah.
I mean, you get a little bit with Anakin, but that's just to introduce him. And he should have been, it doesn't matter. Go listen to our Star Wars episodes. But it got me kind of thinking like, well, that'd be kind of cool. And like some of the books that I've read have kind of addressed it a little bit, but it'd be interesting to kind of see Star Wars from the point of view of like an adolescent. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, we're led to believe like Luke and Anakin and are teenagers, Leia, but from like, it's interesting to see like, because like war gives people trauma, you know what I mean? And it'd be interesting to see them kind of explore that from the point of view of maybe like a 12-year-old or like a, even a 10-year-old, something like that, to just to put a different angle on it. You know what I mean? So it got me thinking about that a little bit, because they've played with that some with Omega and like the second episode where they met with that family and, you know, she got mixed in with those kids and whatnot. But overall, I thought that the episode was fine, but it also is kind of everybody's pushing their chips into the middle of the table, and we're going to really see where this goes here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think it's why I think I liked it. It's like now we know something's at stake.
Right. Yep.
And it took forever. I don't say it took forever, but it took a while to get to that, which is what happens to A, built for kids. So you got to just throw the action stuff. B, it's, 14 episodes. So,
right. Yeah.
What are you going to do?